It's been the subject of an Academy Award-winning movie. You have seen it all over the front pages of newspapers around the country, and now even the most unlikely of sources has it featured where you've seen the stars of sport, the Michael Jordans and the Brett Favres of the world. But especially now, that is the topic that is on everyone's mind, the condition of our fragile planet.
It's the Hurricane Katrinas, it's the people dying in France, it's just a persistent voice of people, and then you get significant events like Al Gore's film, An Inconvenient Truth.
With global warming being such a hot issue today with rising oil prices and environmental changes, the geology department at UW-Oshkosh wanted to do its part in educating the Oshkosh community about this worldwide debate. The geology department invited one of the top geophysicists in the world, Dr. David S. Chapman from the University of Utah, to speak on Wednesday night about a topic that has captured the nation's attention.
We bring in lots of different speakers, but this was a particularly important one.
Most people might look at the issue of global warming and say we have bigger problems to deal with than the world heating up by 1 or 2 degrees by the end of this century. Dr. Chapman disagrees.
One of the most important things to recognize is that the difference between a glacial climate and an interglacial, so an ice age and a non-ice age, in global temperatures is about 5 degrees.
Dr. Chapman's discussion covered a wide array of topics and evidence, but he made one thing very clear. Global warming does exist, and confronting the issue can only lead to better things.
My point in giving talks like this and talking to people seriously about the science of global warming and what we can do about it is that if we deal with global warming as one large-scale, long-term effect, then perhaps we'll understand better how we can deal with others.
Dr. Chapman feels that not enough has been done by those in power.
I think our leaders at the highest level in this country are totally absent, and I fault them for that.
So what can you do as an individual in Oshkosh, Wisconsin to help slow down this global trend?
There's just a whole load of things that an individual can do. You can turn off lights. You can put a low-flow shower in your house to use 2 gallons a minute instead of 4 or 5 gallons a minute.
Dr. Chapman has his own opinion of how future generations will look back on us and our lack of concern about global warming.
We look back on smoking now and say, what were they thinking about then? And I frankly think about global warming that my kids and my grandkids will look back 50 years from now and say, what were they possibly thinking about?
For Titan TV News, I'm James Cito.